doing a quick test to learn a little bit more about, well, not even learn a bit more. I'm doing a quick test to make sure that I understand the flow of my live video tonight. So, tell you a little bit about what's going on. So, I'm currently live on Facebook here, and I'm also live on YouTube here. So, I'm live on Facebook here, live on YouTube here, and reason I'm doing it this way is because tonight's live cooking class, I'm actually going to host it on my YouTube platform. That way, I can better organize it and put it together to present some more valuable information to you guys. So currently, I'm here on Facebook, here on YouTube, and I'm tying everything in together. Now, I guess the biggest thing is my issue that I'm also having is I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is that I'm going to prepare tonight for the live cooking class. So what I want from you guys, for those of us that are here on Facebook, I want you guys to come over to my YouTube platform, and you're going to see my poll. I want you guys to vote on what I'm actually going to be preparing. Right now, I'm about to prepare myself to actually go to the grocery store and pick up a few things for the live cooking demonstration, but I'm torn in between a few different things. One of them is the eggplant parmesan. The second one is going to be a lentil stew, and the third one is going to be a rainbow kale salad. So I've been getting mixed reviews about what I want, what we're going to prepare, and all those great things, but I would definitely love your guys' help to helping me understand, rather come up with what I want to prepare for dinner tonight. So definitely, you guys definitely help me out with that. Help me out with this little dilemma that I'm dealing with. If you guys see the little link right there, that's going to be the link to the YouTube page, and that way you guys will be able to actually come over to YouTube and help me out, help me understand exactly what I'm going to be preparing tonight. So a little bit about the cooking class. Cooking class is going to start at 7:30. I've been doing it for the last, I want to say 3 or 4 weeks. And these last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been hosting it on the Facebook page. Many people have been checking it out on the page. We've been doing some work, just getting it in, understanding how to prepare foods, especially when it comes down to correcting these blood pressure issues, understanding the right foods to consume, understanding what foods need to be removed from the diet, and all those little things that are very, very important to helping you on your journey. So what I decided to do is I wanted to transfer from the Facebook platform to the YouTube platform. Reason being because I can organize it a whole lot better for you guys. So for those of us that are here on Facebook, I'm going to be here on YouTube. So just for those of you that just come along, I'm live on Facebook here, and I'm also live on YouTube. But I'm transitioning from preparing, from having the live cooking demonstrations on YouTube. Let me slow down. I'm transitioning from having the live cooking demos on Facebook, and I want to transition them to YouTube. That way I can better organize the content, put it together in a way that you guys can actually be able to digest it better and click through and flow through. Because one issue that I always have is that I'll prepare these great dishes, and they become so hard to find on my page because of how much content is just constantly flowing back and forth, back and forth. But if I put them on my YouTube page, I can actually put them in a file, in a box together, and you can just pretty much just click on it and see all the different recipes and kind of pick and choose what you want to see, and just be a lot more organized with it. So the link that you guys see here is for my YouTube page, and that way you guys can click on there and be able to go to my YouTube page and actually vote for what we're going to prepare tonight. Again, we got 3 options. We got our eggplant parmesan. We have a rainbow kale salad and a lentil stew. Those are the 3 options that we're working with, and that we want to figure out, like, what are we going to prepare. I got some time on my hands to actually go to the grocery store, and I'm definitely looking for your guys' insights. That way, I can make sure I'm presenting something that you guys want to see, things that you guys want to actually just understand more about how to prepare, especially in a more health promoting matter. Because one thing about these types of dietary transitions is that if you don't enjoy the food, it becomes a lot more difficult to actually stick with. Because one thing that I can tell you, like, when you make these dietary changes, if the food is not good, you don't see yourself seeing it all the way through. So it's my goal to actually make sure I'm putting forward some quality health promoting content along with some quality dishes that's going to allow for you guys to be consistent with the changes that you're trying to make and actually just enjoy this process. So definitely check out my YouTube page. The link is listed somewhere down below. Click on the link, go to the YouTube page, and definitely vote for what you guys want to see tonight. I got about, I want to say about 4 or 5 hours before we actually kick off the live cooking demonstration. I do need to go around the corner to the grocery store and pick up a few small things, but I'm definitely looking for you guys' insights that help me understand exactly what I'm going to be preparing. So again, the items that we do have is the eggplant parmesan, we have the rainbow kale salad, and the lentil stew. All three of them I enjoy. The rainbow kale salad, I probably eat one every day. The eggplant parmesan, my son's been bugging me about making it for the last probably 3-4 weeks. The lentil stew is so nice and savory, and it has so many different components to it that just brings it together so well. And I'm just in a position of just trying to figure out exactly what I want to prepare, because the live cooking classes are always fun. They're full of people, they're very engaging, and we're just breaking down these nutritional changes when it comes down to understanding the blood pressure. And that's one of the most important things. Now, although nutrition isn't the biggest aspect, it does play a critical role in when it comes down to just managing blood pressure. Nutrition is a big part of the process. And the better you understand the do's and the don'ts, the better you'll actually be able to maneuver through, the challenges inside of the kitchen. We talk about the impact that salts, oils, and sugars have on the body. We talk about, how to prepare your foods without these things and still make sure that it's savory, palatable, and enjoyable. Because again, if it don't taste good, ain't nobody trying to eat those things. So understanding those different pathways are very, very important. But most importantly, understanding the nutrients, or rather the minerals that play a critical role in managing blood pressure, and understanding where or how to incorporate them into your diet. Because one thing about it is, to correct blood pressure issues, it always starts with the removal. It always starts with subtraction. The first step in correcting blood pressure problems is subtraction. Removing the things that are causing the problem. You can't try to add things to the situation. Most people try to add herbs, add supplements, add pills, add things on top of the issues that they're dealing with. But it should all start with subtraction. You want to start removing things first, because if you already have a problem, when you start pulling things out, this is going to uncover what your potential triggers are. And understanding your nutritional habits and making better dietary choices is going to allow you to pull out those problematic foods and be able to get a better understanding of what's going on and move forward in the right direction. So I definitely look forward to seeing you guys over on the YouTube platform. That way, again, I need to better organize things, and having you guys on YouTube is going to allow for me to be a lot more organized and display all the information in a way that it'll be easily accessible and easy for you to guide yourself through. Because on Facebook, what happens is, a lot of times with the short reels, there's only like a minute and a half of information. And many people have been requesting longer form content. And this is where YouTube is going to be most valuable, because those simple things that I break down on YouTube, on Facebook in these short 90-second videos, on YouTube, I'm able to expand on them a lot longer, and you can actually be able to digest the information and utilize it properly. Because in 90 seconds, you might not get all the full details that you actually need. But in a 4 or 5 minute YouTube video, I can actually break down the ins and outs of what's going on. You'll be able to ask those questions and connect the dots between A, B, and C, and better absorb the information. One of the last videos I put up was about the test that you can request from your doctor when it comes down to better understanding your blood pressure. These tests are very, very vital when it comes down to advocating for yourself, mainly because when it comes down to blood pressure conditions, a lot of times most doctors grab the pen and pad, write a prescription, and they don't necessarily take it to the next level. So as a individual dealing with these type of complications, it's very important to advocate for yourself, and you have to know how. And in this YouTube video, we talked about 2 specific tests that's very important when it comes down to getting a better understanding of your blood pressure. One of these tests was the red blood cell mineral test. And the best part about the video is that you're able to dive into understanding this test. Not only do you understand the name of the test, you understand how to properly communicate with your doctor about requesting the test. Because one thing about these types of tests is that in different medical facilities and different practices, they're all listed and labeled differently. So one doctor offers it might be RBC mineral. The next one, it might be red blood cell potassium. It can say many different things. And if you just say, I want this, they're not going to be able to find it. But actually being able to understand how to communicate what you're looking for, what you're requesting with your doctor, is going to put you on the right pathway to getting the answers that you need. Because that red blood cell mineral test should be the first thing that you do as soon as you're diagnosed with high blood pressure. And even if it's been 5 years or 10 years, you still can request this type of test, because when you request a red blood cell mineral test, what it does is it basically takes a reading of your cells. The red blood cell mineral test looks inside of the cells to give you a better understanding of what's going on and how the cells are properly utilizing the minerals when it comes down to your blood pressure. And the difference between a red blood cell mineral test and a standard blood test is that the red blood cell mineral test is a lot more sensitive. It tells you what's going on inside of the cells on a deeper level for the last 3 months or so, whereas the regular standard blood test, it looks at the blood serum and it doesn't give you that sensitive information as far as how the cells are functioning. So it's important to be able to take those necessary steps to get a better understanding of if the cells are actually utilizing the minerals properly, or if there's a deficiency that's contributing to the problem. And these types of tests will allow you to do so. And understanding how to advocate for yourself to request these tests is a big part of getting to the root cause of the blood pressure. Because many times when you're dealing with blood pressure issues, for a lot of people, it's usually an underlying deficiency, whether it's a potassium deficiency, a magnesium deficiency, or a combination of both. The red blood cell mineral test will tell you, and this will put you at the starting line to understand exactly what you need to do. If you see you got a magnesium deficiency, then now it's time to incorporate more magnesium into your diet. And one thing I talk about quite often is not relying on supplementation to correct these issues, because eating whole foods and taking a magnesium pill are 2 different things. Taking a pill, you're shortchanging yourself in many different areas. You're not getting enough fiber, the water, the vitamins, the minerals, the other enzymes to allow for the body to properly assimilate it. So taking pills, you're shortchanging yourself. Whereas if you eat those whole foods, now you're also going to get the other things that benefits the body as a whole. The fiber, the water, the vitamins, all those things to properly assimilate it. And that's what these live cooking classes are all about. Understanding how to apply these things to our diet, understanding the proper way to do so, and making sure that it's fun and enjoyable. So we're going to be on YouTube right now for you guys, live at 7:30, breaking down this next process. But I definitely need your help, man. Help me figure out what we're going to prepare. I see a lot of eggplant parmesan. Mr. Martin, I see you in the group. Eggplant parmesan popping up. Eggplant parmesan, if you guys want to vote for these items, go over to my YouTube page. The link is right inside of the comment section, and vote for what you guys want to see me prepare tonight. We got probably a couple hours before it's time to get so. We got eggplant parmesan, a rainbow kale salad, and we also have the lentil stew. So 3 items that we have. I'm torn in between what I'm actually going to do, but your insight and feedback will allow me to understand exactly what we're trying to accomplish there. So I definitely appreciate you guys there. Again, everything is going to be, all of the longer form content is going to be centered around the YouTube page. And now what's going to happen is, as we center it around the YouTube page, it's going to be easier for you to digest. You can go from A to B to C to D and continue to maneuver through the process. And as you're maneuvering through the process, you'll be able to just understand what it takes to get to the root cause of your blood pressure issues. Because one thing about it, for most people, it's probably a combination of things. But the better you understand, your lifestyle, the better you can pinpoint exactly what's contributing to your problem. And the YouTube page is going to allow you to see everything from that aspect, understanding the tests that you need to take, understanding the nutrients that play a direct role in regulating blood pressure, the potassium, the magnesium, the calcium, the sodium, the zinc, the vitamin C, the vitamin D. All these different things are critical when it comes down to managing your blood pressure. And for most of us, we don't have the information that we need to properly manage this type of issue. So the more you learn and dive into the understanding of how your blood pressure functions, now you can connect the dots between what you're doing, what you're not doing, how you're feeling, and making everything come together so it starts to work for you. And the beautiful part about it is when you start making lifestyle changes, it doesn't take months or years to get results. You start seeing benefits in days, like talking 3-4 days. How many people were actually in the high blood pressure challenge? I mean, inside of the Fit for Life challenge and the all the other challenges in the high blood pressure group that got results in days, in a couple days, just simply getting in alignment and doing the things they need to do to correct these issues. It doesn't take much. All it takes is the understanding and the actual motivation to be consistent through this process. Because one thing about it is, many of us have been dealing with blood pressure issues for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, for an extended period of time. So 7 days won't necessarily fix the problem, but it will put you in alignment to build your body up to correct these issues. I've seen people get off of pharmaceutical medications in 14 days. I've seen them, reduce 5 or 6 different types of pills in 30 days. I've seen many big strides by simply making lifestyle changes. And the best thing about lifestyle changes is the bigger the changes you make, the bigger the results that you're going to experience. Hands down. It's as simple as that. And that's the beautiful part about it. And one thing about this journey is that as you're starting to move forward and you're documenting your journey, you're going to see the real-time results within yourself. And nothing is more motivating than seeing your body or feeling your body get well. It's as simple as that. One of my favorite quotes that I've picked up for the past year or so was that nothing tastes as good as your body feels. As simple as that. I'm gonna repeat that. Nothing tastes as good as your body feels. And what that means is there is no recipe or no food on this planet that tastes so good that I'm going to allow my body to be subjected to the consequences of actually having it. It's as simple as that. And unfortunately, many people don't know how good or how well their body is supposed to feel because we've been under this constant burden of chronic disease, dealing mainly related to a lot of the foods we're eating and the way we live our lives. So once we understand what healthy feels like, it takes a whole lot of bad stuff to happen to actually go back to that pathway. Because once you start to get your medication reduced, start to lose weight and start to feel better, have more energy and all that good stuff, once all that transformation starts to happen, there's no way you're going to go back to eating those foods that were compromising your health. There's no way you're going to go back to sitting on that couch, not getting no exercise and, just feeling the low energy and the low vibes. There's no way you're going to allow to do that. So it's really important to make sure that you're willing to take those necessary steps to improve your lifestyle. Because again, high blood pressure is a lifestyle disease. This isn't nothing that's hereditary. And yeah, does it have some hereditary factors? Yeah, it does. But that's for 5-10% of people. For the majority of people that are dealing with blood pressure issues, this is directly related to the way that you're living your life. The way that you eat, the way that you sleep, the way that you, how much movement you create, the quality of your relationships, how much sunlight you're getting. It's a lifestyle factors contribute to your blood pressure. If you're not getting enough sunlight, you probably have a low vitamin D level. Vitamin D is one of the main things that it's one of the main pathways that contribute to regulating your blood pressure. And if you don't have enough vitamin D in your system because you're inside not getting enough sunlight, this is going to display in your overall health and your blood pressure. Vitamin D is a nutrient that plays a role in many different pathways when it comes down to your health. And if you're dealing with a vitamin D deficiency, this is going to be related to your blood pressure. This is going to be related to high blood sugar levels. This is going to be tied into all of these different things. So it's important to understand how these things come together. And in the high blood pressure breakdown book, we talk about these different pathways. Every pathway related to high blood pressure, we talk about it, and we also give you the tactics and strategies to actually get over this hump. Because the better you know and connect the dots between what you're experiencing and what you're dealing with, now you actually have the tools or the foundation to actually get over the issue. Most of us know if we have a potassium deficiency, or our body is high in sodium, or we have a magnesium deficiency or vitamin D deficiency. Most of us know because our doctor probably told us, they probably prescribed us some vitamin D supplements and say, okay, here you go, correct the problem. Ain't nowhere in the world vitamin D pills is going to do the same thing as the sun does. So we have to understand that a pill is a supplement and it doesn't work the same. Taking a handful of pills every day, it's not going to do the same thing as correcting or improving the way that you're living. You cannot fix a lifestyle disease with medication. You have to change your lifestyle. You have to make the necessary adjustments. And the thing about it is, for everybody, lifestyle changes can look different. And that's why it's so important that you dive into the root cause of your potential problem and work on correcting it and building yourself up to eliminate the need for the pharmaceutical medication. And my favorite thing to do is actually be in the kitchen and correcting it through dietary changes. So again, tonight we're going to be live at 7:30 on my YouTube page. So for those of us that are here on Facebook, mind you, I'm on 2 cameras again. Those of us that are here on Facebook, I'm going to need you guys to be over here on my YouTube page. That way you can actually digest and understand the information that's handed out when it comes down to preparing health promoting meals to correct blood pressure issues. All of these meals are structured in a way to allow your body to get the potassium, the magnesium, the calcium, the zinc, the right sodium levels, all those things to help you regulate your blood pressure. And the better you understand these different pathways that like we talk about in all these videos, the better you're going to be able to get to the root cause of your problem and continue to accelerate forward, because that's what it's all about, getting better. The journey to correcting blood pressure is about gradual progression. When you gradually progress in the right directions, your body has no choice but to get better. It's as simple as that. Every cell in your body wants to live. It wants to thrive. It wants to be the healthiest version of itself. But you have to create the foundation for it to actually happen. And I see some questions coming in, some questions and comments coming in on Facebook. I'm gonna go ahead and answer some of those right now. Miss Doris Caldwell, let me make sure I got that nice and big so I can see. You are correct. You are absolutely correct. Vitamin D prescription worked, and once I stopped taking them, the blood pressure levels dropped. I think I read that. Vitamin D prescription worked, and once I stopped taking them, the blood pressure levels dropped. It all ties in. Miss Shirley Gardner, I can't see because of the same doggone color. I tried the cornbread and it was delicious. Thought I had to go without the bread, but now I'm happy to know how I fixed it and made a healthier version of cornbread. So that was from, I think that was last week's class. So last week's class, we made the cornbread and we made the collard green and black-eyed pea stew with the side of cornbread. I put together this recipe, no salt, no oils, no refined sugars. And what we were able to do was understand that you can still have these foods that we grew up loving and enjoying, but preparing it in the more appropriate fashion. Because when you look at a typical recipe like collard greens tend to have a lot of salt, a lot of oil, a lot of sodium. Like the sodium level is probably the biggest concerning thing there. But we went through the cooking demo last week to actually understand how to prepare this type of dish without the excess amount of salt, without the excess amount of oils, or all those things that are contributing to these type of issues. And we also prepared the cornbread. And Miss Shirley was talking about the cornbread because this was a unique recipe. It's probably one of my favorite recipes. I don't make it quite often, but when I do make it and I do prepare it, I like to walk people through this process to understand these health promoting ingredients that we're using. We made our own almond flour. We made our own oat flour. We used the coconut, the low-fat coconut milk. We used the maple syrup as a sweetener, and then we didn't use any oil or any eggs or anything inside of the recipe. But we used some homemade applesauce and like a quarter of a banana, and we mixed it up to create the type of ingredients that we need to build a flavor profile to create that quality cornbread. I wish I had a picture of it I could put up, but I'm glad you actually made it, Miss Shirley. It's one of those recipes that's inside of the high blood pressure cookbook, and it's just a health promoting recipe that still allows for you to enjoy the flavor profile that you like when it comes down to just making these types of dietary changes. And that's the main thing that's so important, man. Still being able to make the necessary adjustments and not be so detached from just life itself. Because a lot of times when we think about making nutritional changes, we think about basically what I can't have. We think about deprivation. Like, oh, I gotta go on a diet. And my diet means that I can't have this, that, and the third. Don't look at it that way. Simply don't. The best way to look at it is like this. Okay, I'm going on a diet. I'm making a transition to a healthier version of myself, and clearly the old things that I was having just wasn't working out for me. Now I'm going to put these things to the side, and I'm going to open myself up to all the other possibilities of things that I can have to help push me in the right direction to become a better version of myself. It's as simple as that. Don't look at it as deprivation, like, oh, I can't have this and I can't have that. No, just look at it as you being a healthier version of yourself, and this is the step that you need to take. And matter of fact, I'm gonna go show y'all something real quick. And I grab this picture all the time, and some people probably tired of seeing this picture, but this picture, as soon as you walk in the house, you see this picture. I always grab this picture because this is me at 248 pounds dealing with high blood pressure and pre-diabetes. This is me. And I keep this picture framed up because this is part of my journey, and this is the guy that I'm in love with. And when I say the guy that I'm in love with, this is myself. And he made the decision to make lifestyle changes. At 248 pounds with all these chronic issues, he made the decision to change his lifestyle, and he allowed me to turn into the person that you guys are seeing today. And this is the guy that was a corporate chef traveling around the country, creating all type of recipes and dishes and opening up restaurants. And unfortunately, it caught up with me. See all that 248 pounds? This came from eating all the salty, the oily, the greasy, the fried foods, the drinking, the alcohol, the not getting enough exercise, staying up all night partying, not sleeping. This is what it did to me. And ultimately, it impacted my overall health. And I knew that something had to change. And initially when I did it, I didn't do it for myself. I did it for this one right here because I wanted to be around when she got older and be able to raise my children. It's as simple as that. That was the biggest part of my journey. It was like, man, I can't continue to do what I'm doing because I feel my body breaking down. And I was 27 years old. I look like I'm damn near 50 in this picture. I was 27, 28 years old in this picture, and my body's breaking down, dealing with these chronic issues, and I knew I needed to make a change. I ended up leaving the profession as being a chef and just figuring out what I needed to do to get things done because I knew that my lifestyle, I didn't want my life to go this direction. 248 pounds, dealing with high blood pressure, dealing with type 2 being pre-diabetic. I won't say type 2 diabetes. Being pre-diabetic, those are things that I didn't want. And it all started with making a choice. So for those of us that are watching, we must understand change doesn't happen by chance. You have to make a choice you have to make a choice to get better. It's as simple as that. You have to say enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. When you make that decision, that is when you start moving in your own essence and making choices that are best for your overall health. And again, it doesn't take long. It's simple as that. In 8 months' time, I lost 80 pounds by just simply changing my lifestyle. I didn't spend all the time in the gym. I wasn't doing no crazy workouts. I wasn't starving myself and doing all these crazy diets. No, I simply dove into my lifestyle and started understanding what was health promoting, understanding my sleep. That was one of my biggest issues. I got into my sleeping habits and started focusing on improving my sleep quality. I had to learn sleep hygiene. What does it mean? How to apply it? And also understand that you can't control sleep. Sleep is uncontrollable. The only thing you can do with sleep is create the environment for it to happen. Sleep is going to come once you create the environment, and once it comes, you got to take advantage of it. So sleep was an issue, stress was another big issue, and nutrition as well. So understanding how to actually just break down your lifestyle and make the necessary adjustments is going to be how you reach that end goal of losing 84, 85 pounds and getting off the pharmaceutical medications and winning your life back, because it's a game. You really got to be willing to play. You can't win the game on a sideline. Sitting down, watching videos and hearing somebody talk about it, that's a part of the game. You have to be an active participant. You have to be an active participant in your own healing. You have to participate. You have to be willing to play the game. And the game of lifestyle is all about the things that you're doing. Most of us, everything that we're dealing with is self-inflicted. And if you're continuously shooting yourself in the foot because you're making poor decisions, you're just going to spin around in a circle, and these chronic conditions are going to continue to manifest. The high blood pressure is going to manifest into a heart. It's going to manifest into type 2 diabetes. The type 2 diabetes is going to manifest into heart disease. It's going to continue to happen. Change is only going to happen when you make the decision. And it's as simple as that. So the better you understand what it takes, the more you're going to be able to get in alignment to actually fix the problem. So tonight we're going to be live on YouTube at 7:30, and we're going to be preparing some health promoting meals. But again, I need your guys' support. Go to my YouTube page, click on the live video, and make sure that you vote for what you guys want me to prepare. We got the eggplant parmesan, we got the lentil stew, and we have the rainbow kale salads. All three of them I love. I probably love the rainbow kale salad the most because it's something I prepare in the middle of the day almost every day. The eggplant parmesan, my son's been beating me across my head about this for probably like at least the last 3 weeks. And the lentil stew, I have plenty of lentils that I need to just get rid of, but it's up to you guys. I'm going off with the feedback that you guys give me because I want you guys to have a variety. I want you guys to have a variety of options when it comes down to making your dietary changes. And the reason I'm putting it on YouTube is because I'm going to make sure that I create a profile for you guys to actually be able to just absorb it the way that you need to. You have a category with all of my recipes there, whether it's the lentil soup, the eggplant parmesan, the rainbow kale salad. All of them will be there listed for you guys to actually see and watch how they're actually prepared and make a decision of like what health promoting items that you want to create. And that way you'll be able to just understand what these nutritional changes look like when it comes down to correcting blood pressure issues, as well as having the other content that's going to be more long form to help you digest some of these other issues that you may be experiencing as well. We talked about, I think the last time I was live, we talked about the sodium and potassium pathway. And having this platform is going to allow for me to dive into those things a lot deeper, because I'm a firm believer that the better you connect these things in your brain, the better you're going to actually be able to transition it and transition your actions to be more health promoting, to help you in these areas, because knowledge is key. And having the knowledge it takes a little bit more as well, but knowledge is going to be the big thing. But once you have the knowledge, now you're able to actively progress in the right direction to utilize that knowledge to correct these issues. And in the high blood pressure group, we've been getting tons and tons of people, tons and tons of results. I want to say right now in the group, we are in the past 4 weeks, anybody in this group, anybody that's in the group that's in this Facebook live video, you can attest to this. In the past 4 weeks, collectively as a group, we're down well over 200 pounds as a group of people, just losing weight and knocking these things off. And this is a fact because it's being posted every day in the group, testimonies about losing 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 15 pounds each and every week based off of just the tactics and strategies that we're talking about. Making the diet making sorry about that, making the dietary changes, improving your lifestyle, and just getting in alignment. You're talking about individuals losing 12 pounds effortlessly. If you're in the live Facebook video right now, and you're in the group and you've experienced these type of weight loss benefits, if you're in the group right now and you've experienced weight loss through these different tactics and strategies, along with an improvement in your blood pressure, feel free to comment right down inside of the chat what your experiences are. That way we can help motivate some of these other individuals to join the group and start actively participating in making these types of changes. So it's just all a part of just being active and becoming involved, because the group is here mainly to help you guys understand what it takes, understand what it looks like, but most importantly, have the support that you need in order to keep the motivation going. Because if you're just working off of willpower, it's not going to be enough. Willpower runs out. It's as simple as that. Motivation comes and goes. So we have to understand that when our willpower runs out, we got to have that motivation to keep pushing us in the right direction. And then, it's a revolving door. You have to be willing to keep moving forward, because again, it's all about the gradual progression. Gradually progressing and getting better is going to be your ticket to correcting your blood pressure issues and getting off the pharmaceutical medications. And that's what our ultimate goal is. So again, tonight, 7:30, YouTube, we're in the kitchen. What we're preparing is totally up to you guys. So if you're on YouTube right now, vote for what you guys want me to prepare: the eggplant parmesan, the lentil stew, or the rainbow kale salad. If you guys on Facebook, go to the YouTube page, vote for what you guys want me to prepare, because we're going to be live on YouTube preparing these dishes and constructing it to where you guys can find these recipes and actually put them to good use. But I need you guys to vote, because in the next hour, I need to be at the store picking up these ingredients and getting prepared to be in this kitchen making it happen, because that's my happy place over there. I like to be in the kitchen and just preparing some quality meals for myself, my family, and just enjoying life without having to think about certain things. Because when it comes down to dealing with blood pressure issues, it's a lot of anxiety behind, oh, what am I going to eat? Or what my blood pressure reading is, or does this have too much salt in it? You want to make sure that you're not subjecting yourself to that type of anxiety, because just thinking about what your blood pressure reading is can cause your blood pressure to go up, because you're hoping that it's not bad and you wishing that, it was better. But hoping and wishing ain't never solved nobody's problem. You got to be willing to actually do the work and understand what's going on. And in the group and inside of these different challenges that we're holding, this is going to help you build up the confidence to understand exactly what's taking place internally. And when you understand what's going on, and then you also understand the tactics and strategies that you can use to fix it, you apply these tactics and strategies and you start seeing the results. Boom, the sky's the limit. Now you just got to keep moving forward. It's as simple as that. And the beautiful thing is that although everybody's blood pressure issues are different, there's different tactics and strategies that can allow a person to actually continue to improve their health to get to the root cause of the problem. For instance, on August 21st, we're kicking off the Healing Fast Challenge. The Healing Fast Challenge is all about understanding how to apply fasting to your lifestyle to help you correct these blood pressure issues. Now, fasting looks very different for many people, especially if you're taking pharmaceutical medications. You probably want to know, how do I fast while taking medications? Like, how does that work? In the Healing Fast Challenge, we're going to be talking about those things, getting a better understanding of the different types of fasting strategies. You got intermittent fasting, you got alternate day fasting, you got water-only fasting. There's tons of different fasting strategies that are out there. But the better you understand the fasting strategy that's in alignment with you, where you're at, and your health goals, now you can begin and progressively get better. You might start with the intermittent fasting strategy for a few weeks to start getting yourself in alignment. This is going to allow you to improve your health, improve your blood pressure, and continue to get better. So that's what the approach is all about. Understanding these lifestyle changes, what you can do for yourself, and continue to progress. It's a journey. You don't fix blood pressure issues in 7 days. It's as simple as that. It doesn't happen that way. But you build your foundation. For the last 4 days, or for the last 4 weeks, we've been doing challenge after challenge after challenge and understanding how to build a foundation. We went through the 7-day Fit for Life challenge. We went through the fruit and salad challenge, the pressure purge challenge, and now we're on the healing fast challenge. All 4 of these challenges are designed to help you build yourself up, because you have to be willing, you have to be able to rebuild the body in order to properly You have to be able to rebuild your body in order for it to properly manage the blood pressure on its own before you work your way off of the pharmaceutical medication. So this is going to allow for you to get in alignment, and that alignment, the benefits that comes with it looks a little different for everyone. You're going to lose a little weight. You're going to see some metabolic changes in here and there. Your cholesterol is going to go down. All these things are designed, all these challenges are designed to help move you in a health promoting direction, and that's what it's ultimately all about. So I'm going to go ahead and answer the last of these questions, but I need y'all to vote. I see a couple things. It looks like the eggplant parmesan and the lentil stew are neck and neck right now. So I need you guys on Facebook to vote on YouTube exactly what you guys want me to prepare. That way we could get it cracking for tonight. So, and those of you that's already on YouTube that are watching now, make sure you vote. Get that vote in exactly what you guys want me to prepare. That way that way we could just make sure we got something good to prepare for tonight. So I'm gonna read off these questions, and anything we'll keep moving forward. Is your cornbread okay for pre-diabetics? Preferably not. If you're dealing with blood sugar issues, it's not going to be the best option. Although it's not overly sweetened, it's something that you want to stay away from, mainly because when you're dealing with items like cornbread and blood sugar issues, we have to understand that it's been deconstructed. Even though we use these health promoting ingredients, it can impact your blood sugar levels in different ways. Not significantly, but it goes against the grain of what you're actually trying to do. So for those of us that are dealing with blood sugar issues, the actual collard green and black eyed pea stew is a great option. But you just want to stay away from the cornbread. It's not in your best interest. It's not something that's going to necessarily hurt you. But if you're trying to improve and get to the root cause of your problem, that cornbread recipe is definitely something that you should avoid for the time being, and focus more so on incorporating those other health promoting foods that are going to be more beneficial for your blood sugar levels. Made the spelt and rye bread this morning, so tonight we're having toasted tomato and spinach sandwiches. Not bad. That sounds pretty bad. I haven't had a sandwich in God knows how long. Coming from Toronto, Canada. Nice. Mr. Martin Garcia, I lost 6.8 pounds during the Fit for Life challenge, and I learned that it all counts. No salt, no oils, no sugars, sunshine and fresh air. A variety of fruits and vegetables, fasted for at least 14 hours. Man, Mr. Martin, I've been seeing you post in the group almost every day, and I think the most beautiful part about Mr. Martin's journey, and Mr. Martin, I'm going to share this with you. The most beautiful part that I see about his journey is him actively writing down his blood pressure and documenting. It's like a science project the way his blood pressure is written down. And this is a testament to his consistency. When he posts his pictures in the chat, you can see his blood pressure log, and I can easily see where it goes back at least a month or two, probably even more than that. So he's been making some really big strides and working on it for quite some time. And what I noticed was when he first got into the challenge, I think he joined, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Martin, you joined the challenge on a whim. You was like, let me just join the challenge to see how it goes. He joined the challenge, and when he started documenting it, I saw a gradual leap in improvement in his blood pressure from before the first challenge, I believe with the fruit and salad challenge. I saw some gradual improvements, like some big improvements actually, when he first started to where he's at now. And now he's in full stride, just really implementing these changes. And now he's really progressing in the right direction to get off of these pharmaceutical medications. So Mr. Martin, definitely hats off to you. Continue posting in the group just how you're doing. Continue to document your journey. Continue to get those results, because the only person that's going to get it is you. Only thing I can do is throw the information in the air. But clearly the individuals that are looking to get better, improve their lifestyle, and correct these blood pressure issues, they're going to take the information and apply these tactics and strategies to keep moving forward. So Mr. Martin, again, hats off to you. What else we got? I'm still going through those questions. Making black eyed peas in my pressure cookers, onion, garlic, celery, parsley. I'll take a picture when it's already. Definitely, man. That's the beautiful part of it. Make sure you post it in the group so people can see it and keep going forward. Because again, it's all motivating, man. The most beautiful part about it, of the group is that, you know, we all can piggyback off each other, man. We see one person show up taking a picture of their shoes saying I'm going for the walk, or I just did chair aerobics. It's a reminder, man, let me just keep stepping up and doing better for myself. Let me do my chair aerobics. Let me go for the walk. Let me log back into my Fit for Life challenge, or let me revisit the Pressure Purge challenge and remember, you know, what we're supposed to be removing from my diet and lifestyle through this process. It's all part of the journey. So the better we communicate with each other, the better we're going to actually be able to get to the root cause of the problem. Because one critical aspect about blood pressure issues that most people fail to understand is your relationships, your connections. Your relationships and connections to the people around you and the outside world is directly connected to your overall health. And you have to understand that. You might not feel it, you might not see it. You might be like me and be happy by yourself. I'm that type of person. I don't need a soul around me for me to enjoy myself. And the better you understand that the connections in your life play a direct role in your overall health, the better you actually seek those connections through the people around you, whether it's your children, your wife, your husband, your mother, your sister, your co-workers, your community. Building connections is going to be one of the most important parts, because loneliness is one of the biggest triggers with high blood pressure because of the pathways of stress that it actually activates. And understanding that, you know, stress might not be a disease, but it's rooted in every disease. And if your body is triggered by stress in any type of way, it's going to be very hard to correct these issues that's underlying. So building better quality relationships is a big part of it. And our community allows for us to connect with each other. It's a safe community for everyone that are dealing with these types of issues. That way they can actually be vulnerable and be open and gain more understanding for what they're dealing with. Because if you're in a position to communicate with someone else that's dealing with the same problems that you have, it's more understanding that's happening there. Let's say if you're 200 plus pounds and your blood pressure's up and you're on 4 or 5 medications, you know, it might not be a lot of people next to you that you can talk to. But if you join a group and you're active in the community, now you got a world of people that are either dealing with the same thing that you're dealing with, been there, done that, know how it feels to come from that, or you have the other people around you that's going to help motivate you and keep pushing you in the right direction. So being in an active group and actively participating puts you around those people with like minds that are dealing with the same challenges that are going to help motivate you to get better. And that's ultimately why I created the high blood pressure group, because blood pressure problems are one of the most common things in the world. And unfortunately, we're stuck with the mindset of, I got to take these pills for the rest of my life. And unfortunately, that's just not the answer. As simple as that. You don't have to be on blood pressure medications for the rest of your life. No, you don't. Not the majority of people, no. Some people do have some special circumstances or some issues. Some people broke their body down so far, so bad, so they have to be on a medication. But understanding, for the majority of people, you can correct blood pressure issues. And the first people that usually come off blood pressure medications are those on those doggone water pills, man. Water pills are like a gateway drug, man. Doctors see high blood pressure and they say, here you go, take this water pill, take this hydrochlorothiazide, and boom, we're gonna balance your blood pressure out. That's the gateway drug. That was probably the first drug that most people got put on. That's probably one of the many drugs that people are on. It's one of those slipped in there somewhere. It's a diuretic somewhere inside of your pill collection. And understanding how these pills work is going to be a big part of correcting these issues, because they send you in a circle, man. They band-aid the problem. That's all they do. And that's what a doctor does with prescription pills. They band-aid the problem to keep you alive for X amount of time, keep you from dying. As simple as that. They keep you from dying, but they keep you coming back. When the pills run out, you got to go back and get some more. That's showing you that it's not fixing the problem. Your goal, if you're dealing with high blood pressure, your goal should be getting to the root cause of the problem. You don't want to take no pills. You don't want to take no herbs and supplements for the rest of your life trying to fix it. You want to be a living, healthy, free human being, free of any supplementation or having to do anything outside of live a health promoting lifestyle. And that's what lifestyle changes are all about. It teaches you how to live a health promoting life, free of pharmaceutical medications, free of herbal supplements and all those other things that are there, because they all do the same thing. Some people live and die by herbs, and that's cool. I ain't knocking you, like, do your thing. But if I got to keep taking something for X amount of time just to feel a certain type of way, then clearly it ain't doing me no good. It ain't fixing the problem. Taking herbal supplements, well, it'll bring your blood pressure down. Yeah, it will. I ain't gonna lie to you, say it don't. But as soon as you stop taking it, it goes right back up. And you're left in a position being more vulnerable than you was before, because now the blood pressure's back up and you still don't have no idea of how to fix the problem. Those are my issues that I have with supplementations and herbs and prescription pills and things like that. You want to fix the problem, you got to do the work to understand what's causing it. And it all lies inside of your lifestyle. So instead of rumbling on and on for the next hour talking about basic things, I want you guys to go over to my YouTube page. Again, I'm live on my YouTube and on my Facebook right here. Go from Facebook. I need you to go to my YouTube page and vote on what you guys want me to prepare for the live cooking class tonight. Live cooking class, we have 3 options. We have the eggplant parmesan, we have the lentil stew, and the rainbow kale salad. Those are 3 things. I love all 3 of them. We got a mixed conversation in the house about what they want. My son wants eggplant parmesan. I prefer to have a kale salad because it's quick, simple, and easy. And then the lentil stew is just, I got tons of lentils just hanging out in the kitchen that I need to break down. So make sure you guys go to YouTube, vote on YouTube, and I will see you tonight at 7:30 for our live cooking class. That way we can continue to understand what dietary changes look like when it comes down to correcting blood pressure issues. So with that being said, peace and blessings everybody on Facebook. Peace and blessings to you guys on YouTube. I will see you guys tonight, and we'll be getting it done at 7:30. So I'll see y'all then. Take care. All right, so YouTube, definitely I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I just signed out of this Facebook Live, but I appreciate you guys for tuning in. So what to expect from me coming to YouTube? I'm going to be bringing you guys a lot more long form content. I've been in this arena of just preparing a lot of short form clips and building out my courses and writing my book. Now that the book is done, I'm here to bring you guys a more long form content to help you better digest the information when it comes down to getting over blood pressure issues. So I'll be making sure to post videos weekly and go through the A to Z format when it comes down to getting over the challenges that you're experiencing with blood pressure. So that's something that you guys can look for from me in the coming weeks. But now moving forward, I will be live every Wednesday and every Sunday, actually preparing health promoting meals and going over lifestyle changes. That way you guys can understand what it looks like to correct these blood pressure issues. If you're not already, make sure you go to my Facebook page and join the high blood pressure group. The high blood pressure group is where I basically break down. The high blood pressure group is where we have our different blood pressure challenges, and we're live at least 3 to 4 times a night, 3 to 4 times a week, breaking down blood pressure and understanding the root causes of it. One thing about blood pressure is that there's many different triggers. That's the reason why blood pressure issues run so wild. There's many different triggers, many different pathways, and for many individuals, it's all different. But the better you understand your lifestyle, the better you'll be able to get to the root cause of this problem. And that's what the High Blood Pressure Breakdown book is all about, along with the high blood pressure community. We talk about these problems. We talk about the lifestyle changes that it takes to correct these problems to help you get a better understanding of how blood pressure works, how to better manage it, and what the lifestyle should look like moving forward. So again, for those of you guys that are here, feel free to make sure that you vote for what you guys want to see tonight. We got the eggplant parmesan, the lentil stew, and the kale salad. I'm looking for your results. Put them in, and that way I could go ahead and get everything I need to prepare those items, and we can continue moving forward. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. You're going to see my face a lot more, and a lot more value content is going to come your way. Thank you.